loss for you guys at Pomona, and we kind of talked to Cody about the way the dynamic changed after the fight. What did you notice as a coach how your team played before and I guess after the incident?
You know, we had nice momentum going into that time period where tempers got sideways, and I thought the Jacks were playing well. We're down about 5 points at the time, and like I said, we had momentum going, and I really thought we had a chance to win, and I really believed that we were going to pull that off. And after that outbreak, we did get ourselves composed. We did lose poise, and I thought that we weren't focused coming out of the break, and they hit a few shots, and it was an uphill battle from there that we lost.
For you guys, the record right now, obviously you played some tough opponents with Pomona, Chico, stuff like that. What do you tell the team, I guess, to keep their heads up in a situation where the record's not exactly showing good signs right now, but at the same time you play tough competition?
Yeah, it's one game at a time. It's a marathon, the CC2A. We warned the team early on in the season, like we do every year with every squad here at Humboldt, that it's an uphill battle. It's a long season, and last man standing type of grueling exercise that you need to go through in that 4-month period of time. I think we're fine as far as our ability to stay together as a team. I think they're focused enough. There's good camaraderie amongst the players and the coaches, so we're okay in that department going into Christmas time, and I think that we'll be fine in that category.
Well, non-conference matchup tomorrow, a new opponent for you guys. What do you know about the university that you're playing?
This team that's coming up has had some turmoil within their university as far as their athletic department and their men's basketball team. They've lost a coach recently, and they've lost some players. Like every basketball program, every college basketball program, there's an attrition this time of year during the break. They've had a loss of quite a few players. They'll be shorthanded, to say the least, and they've had some tough losses here recently. We want to stay focused. We don't want to make this a circus. We want to play basketball. We want to get ourselves a victory and go into the break with a win.
Thank you very much.
Coach, is the break coming at a good time or bad time?
The break is coming at a good time if we win tomorrow night. The break is coming at a good time in that you got to think about the players and their families, and it is the holiday season, and it's a good time for these guys to get rejuvenated after what's been a big fall. They start out in August, these players do, every day on the court, every day in the weight room, and every day thinking about basketball. So it's a much needed break for our guys, just like any college basketball player. So timing's fine. We certainly would like to be undefeated and ranked nationally right now, but that's not the case.
Coach, your thoughts on the fight the other night? I had the fortunate opportunity. I was there. Not to say things lead up to fights, but talk about catching me off guard. I did not see that coming at all. Just your thoughts when you reflect back on it, and what you did, say to the team, and just your overall thoughts of the whole incident.
I'm disappointed in the fact that happened to two very good basketball programs, two programs that have won recent championships in the CC2A, two basketball programs that represent the West region for the NCAA Division II, two coaching staffs that have been long-standing at both universities. So it was disappointing that we didn't have control and that happened. In retrospect, I agree. I think that it was unexpected, and it happened in a game where everything was going along just fine, and everybody anticipated a game-ending experience that would be typical, but it wasn't. And there was an outbreak, and I was disappointed in our players and on how we reacted to their players. And instead of stepping back and staying poised and calm, there was exchange, and what happened now.
Do you have any problem with the fact that Mohammed Fall came off the bench, sucker punched one of your guys, continued to melee? He's going to see the same suspension that Darren Turpin is?
Yeah, the CC2A, their stance on this particular situation is the decision's been made, and they're going to give each player that was ejected for that game a 1-game suspension for the next game. The good news is our suspensions will be for the Pacifica game on Wednesday night and not affect us for a CC2A game. So that's a real positive outcome for us. I don't want to rock the boat and argue it to the point where it would be reversed on us and we may be hurt on the CC2A game. So when all the dust settles, we actually come out ahead in this situation.
Lost all this. What's the status of Alec Williams?
Alec Williams' grades aren't official yet. We're hoping that he becomes eligible. Very doubtful that the situation, whether he is eligible or not for the spring semester. We will continue to play Alec up until his eligibility runs out, and that's a current situation. It's tough to answer right now.
Just talking about obviously with the suspensions and stuff, you mentioned the Pacific is going to be shorthanded. You guys are going to be shorthanded too. How does the suspensions of your players affect your guys' game plan going into that game?
Talking about the Cal Poly game.
I guess obviously Turpin's suspended for tomorrow night's game.
Okay.
So I guess in that, we're playing without those guys. It's going to be like.
Yeah, with the loss of Darren Turpin and DeAndre Williams for this upcoming game, it gives an opportunity, really, for other players to step up and get playing time and more experience on the basketball court.
How quickly can the players put that situation, that incident behind them and move forward from that, do you think?
I hope that we learn from that and don't put it out of our memory banks. I think we need to learn from it. It needs to stick in the memory banks and not to repeat those kind of situations when tempers flare in a game, or temper flares when you're shopping, Christmas shopping, and you're in line trying to buy a Christmas gift. You need to stay composed and wait your turn in line. And when you're playing basketball and you get shoved around a little bit, you need to stay composed and play the game. And hopefully we learn from that. Hopefully when I'm in line shopping the next couple of days for Christmas, I stay composed as well.
It sounds like that happened to you.
Speaking from experience, keeping those elbows high.
Is there any indication of when, I don't know if you can say it or not, but when you will get a definitive word on Alec's grade situation at some point? I don't know if you can even say it.
It's January
The first of
3rd.
school.
Somewhere in January?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I thought you meant when he would be ineligible, when he would find out.
Yeah, when
Grades are on
Probably January. Okay.
It's going to be January sometime is the official word.
I guess, what was the reasoning behind leaving Alec back in Arcata for one year?
But we basically have suspended Alec Williams for a 2-week period of time leading up to Cal Poly game so he could study for his finals, go to each and every class, go to each and every study hall, take extra efforts to excel in a final exam situation for the fall.
What kind of difficulties does a team like Pacific present to your team tomorrow night?
I think what we're going to find after talking to the Cal State Stanislaus coaches who just played them yesterday and talking to Cal State LA and their team that just played them, it's going to be a situation where we need to play our game and stay disciplined in our offense and understand we're going to get easy looks for good shots, and it's going to be a matter of us playing hard and making extra passes for great shots. And so I'm looking to try to produce a high percentage shooting from field goal percentage for Humboldt State, and I want to be sound defensively and not be baited for undisciplined defense and try to steal the ball. Let's play solid defense and secure the rebound and break and run. That's our focus right now for tomorrow night.
One of the things, just looking at the stats from Pomona game was Austin, 16 points. It seems like kind of been waiting for that all year. How nice was it to finally see him, get up in double figures and kind of, be the scorer that you've been looking for him to be?
Now, with the absence of Alec Williams, I thought Austin Bryan did a great job filling that role as far as scoring more points, and I think the team naturally moves the ball easier without Alec as being a focal point on the court. So we played better team basketball. And defensively, I think it needs to be noted that Austin played well defensively too, along with his teammates. Maybe the first time ever we sat back in a 2-3 zone the entire game, which worked extremely well for us.
I think we're good.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.